Hey guys, Stephanie here. I am doing some seed starting and thought I would take you along. We're gonna do this gigante spinach. Spinach can be a little tricky. It needs to be a little bit cooler and it likes dark. And the way I manage that is by putting these outside because it's still cooler here at night. So I tuck them under a tree instead of putting them on my heat mat with the grow lamps. And I let them germinate and do their thing kind of out in the wilderness. But I will put a dome over these so that I'm starting them just like I would regular seedlings that would stay on the grow station. Okay, so we've got lots of those going. And I thought I would just hop on and talk a little bit about growing food. So I've been a gardener for 20 plus years, used many methods, probably close to all of them to try and get a lot of food to replace the grocery store, with that being the purpose. My purpose has always been food security. Sorry, I'm gonna roll this up. Food security. I don't think we should rely on outside systems for everything, for many reasons. But food security, food quality, food at the grocery store is depleted of nutrients. Things start to die off really quickly, especially with greens. It's estimated spinach can have as little as 10% of the vitamin C left in it after it's harvested within like 3 days. So you're losing a lot of nutrients. There's a lot of transit. There's a lot of things in the world, that it affects the way we do our current food systems. But gardening is also difficult. And so that was one of the challenges I had. I have gardened a long time and I was doing the back to Eden method in no dig gardens. So I shoveled 24 dump trucks, like truckloads of wood chips. I would have them dropped at my house. I was in a good area for that to happen. And then I would have to shovel those to build soil. And the problem with that method is it's very labor intensive and it actually doesn't hold for long. So what I mean by that is you have to continue to add those inputs into your system to grow food. And they didn't actually grow that much food. That's the other disadvantage. Like I could never replace the grocery store with my no dig beds or my permaculture potager. And I love those things and I still do some of those things, but they are supplemental at best. So the goal in 2021 was like getting really serious about creating systems. I'm planting spinach, by the way, to replace the grocery store and actually have food year round. So I have my towers back here and the towers allow me to do that because I can grow on them indoors and I can grow on them year round. So they will start to go outside, but I will keep a couple indoors so that we have cool weather crops in the dead of the summer. And then the majority of them go outside to grow all our tomatoes for the year. So you can homestead. I'm homesteading on these. I'll be growing all of our own tomatoes to make our sauces and canning those things, growing all our winter squash, and all that can be done on the towers outdoor as long as you're growing in season. But let me walk around and just show you a little tour. So outside, I have a couple of tower tops. I'm growing in a garage that's not controlled. So I just like to take them outside and give them a hosing every once in a while to freshen them up. So these two will come back in. It's just the tops. And then this tower I just set up to grow my cool weather crops and it'll stay outside. So we're already to the point of growing outdoors, which is super exciting. This tower is tomatoes. We've got tomatoes in all different levels, some ripening, some flowering, some will be next. And that's sort of the goal, the interval, this gorgeous kohlrabi. This is stuff I can't find at our grocery store here or I haven't seen it. So it allows me to grow a lot of food that I can't even buy at the grocery store. There's my seed starting station. I'm doing this at a much greater scale than some people, obviously. But it's because I'm homesteading with these. I'm growing the majority of our own food. Here we have turnips. These are a red turnip, cilantro. This is a cauliflower, and this is a baby cauliflower. It's intended to be small like this. You get to eat the whole thing with the leaves. These are ready in 28 days. So I just grow a bunch of those. And indoors, I would say it takes about 6 to get the equivalent of a regular head of cauliflower. Outside, you can probably get away with 3 to 4 because they get larger outside. But instead of 70 days to get a head of cauliflower, I just grow 4 of these and I get them in 28 days. So we're thinking about growing food differently when we're growing this way as well, where we're turning things over constantly and always planting something new. So I don't have to be reliant on the seasons, which is nice. I don't have to grow, I mean, it's February. No, it's March now. It's March. I have peppers. That's crazy. Like I don't have to store up my peppers and freeze them for the year because I can grow them year round. This is dill. We always have fresh herbs and kales. This is a wasabi mustard to put on the table. This is nutrition. This is like the maximum nutrition. These are beets, and this plant's gigantic. I juice those. Over here, this is really cool. These are my green beans, year-round green beans. This is oh my gosh, I always forget the name, radicchino, and it's so gorgeous. I saw this at the grocery store, $5.99 for one. This cost me like a quarter, maybe not even that. Turnips, eggplants, peppers, so many wonderful things. My cucumbers, this area isn't temperature controlled very well, so I had a hard time over the winter growing my cucumbers, but they're happy now. They're starting to come out, so you do have to, be mindful of your environment. Indoors, like if you're in a house, it's easier because that temperature is controlled. It just fluctuates here. These are baby greens to replace those plastic tubs of baby greens, basil, and the rest are peppers. So I don't ever have to buy peppers at the grocery store. These are starting to fruit. We do peppers a little bit different too. Gardeners outside will say to like top them off and do a few things. We don't do that when we're growing indoors, but I do manage the amount of flowers and I cut them down by 1/4. So I'm going to take one of these off just to allow my peppers to get a little bit bigger. But I am going to let them pepper at a small plant because we can in a hydroponic system. We don't need them to get those. The reason you cut peppers and top them off is so they get really strong and get really deep roots and then produce peppers. We don't have to do that. We don't need these to have strong, deep roots. These are getting everything they need nutrient-wise just here in the tower. Isn't that gorgeous? So pretty. So those are the towers outside. The ones outside, I can't see comments if you guys are commenting. Oh, wait. Let's do that. Okay. Now if there's a comment, I can see it. It's going to be super sunny. If I go out you won't be able to see very well. But this is the top. I just pop the tops and take them outside to clean them off. Kohlrabi, beets, Swiss chard. Lots of kohlrabi on this one. This is my newest tower. Just set it up today, and this is all my cool weather crops. So cabbages, amaranth. I have some lettuce I harvested for dinner over there on the floor. Cilantro. All of this will stay outside. And these look super droopy, but give them a couple hours. They will perk up and be so full and gorgeous. Over here's my celery tower. This is for juicing. I also have some greens on here, some radish. The radish are so cute when they grow. Let me see if I can find them. Look at these little radish babies in there. So fun. Just wanted to hop on, show you guys life with towers. This is a clean day and a seed starting day. And the best part is I'm not covered in compost and dirt. And I'm not sweaty and worn out and breaking my back. Just chipping away at little chores, and they're so simple and enjoyable. Get to be in here listening to a podcast. And it's a new way. It's a new way to grow food that works and really can replace the grocery store, which is amazing. Thanks for joining me. See you guys.